All right, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel, Too Easy Sports Betting. I'm Trice Too Easy. Guys, if you're new here, hit the subscribe button. If you've been here, give me a thumbs up, leave a comment on the video. Thank God it's Sunday. We made it. This has been the most profitable sport so far by far. I mean, we are killing football every single week. The Discord's just making a big-ass bag. By the way, there will be a 24-hour free Discord link in the pinned comment of my video. So if you want to come check the Discord community out, see if it's something you'd like to be a part of, 1 day free is in the pinned comment. Scroll down in my comments, click the link, and come see if it's something you want to be a part of. If not, if you're not feeling it, don't pay. If you are feeling it, pay and join, and we'd love to have you. We'd love to have you be a part of the community. It's growing very fast, and it's a group of dope people who are just about sports betting and making money. Okay, so we'll review yesterday. We'll go over player props. We'll go over the slate, do the straights, and I'll get y'all out of here with a bag. Thank God it's football day. So yesterday, 5 wins, 9 losses. Guys, listen, I'm completely transparent. I'm ice cold right now. Nothing's going my way. 0.5 hooks. Just the worst case scenarios. Yesterday, bro shot 7 for 20, like 5 for 27 from the field or some shit. Then today, when I don't bet him, he goes out there and shoots like 50%. I'm getting 0.5, hook. The Clemson game, like, don't even want to talk about it. The Wizards and the Bucks, the under was like 110 points with a minute and a half left, and they scored like 38 points in a minute and a half. Just sometimes this is how it goes. Sometimes you can't do nothing right. It's just hook. And that's where I'm at right now. It will turn around. I accept it. Just like I accept good days, I accept bad days. We are in sports betting, and you have to be able to ride the variance. I was able to grind out some live plays and finished 30 wins with 21 losses, and I went up 1.8 units, which is $54.72. So the day ended positive for me with a lot of live bets and grinding, but it was rough, man. It was very hard. Come here, baby girl. Hey, daddy's making every Sunday. Hello. Say hi to camera. Say hi. All right, come on. I gotta go. I'm doing my work, baby. Go see what your brothers in them are. All right, I love you.
We're watching the clown video.
You're watching clown videos?
And there's a clown town.
There's a clown town? All right, go watch the videos. I'll be out in a little bit.
There's so many clowns.
Okay. Close the door. Okay. Anyways, let's get into the player props and talk about those. First things first, guys. My sponsor, Bet Any Sports. If you guys need a sports book, if you're in a state where sports betting is not legal, if you don't have access to ESPN, FanDuel, if you travel, whatever the case may be, you can jump on Bet Any Sports. Links in the description in the pinned comment. You can go in here. You can bet the spreads. You can bet player props. You can bet live plays, parlays. You can parlay whatever you'd like. It's just like having FanDuel or ESPN bet. So check it out. You can take Tony Pollard to get 24 carries. You can do it. It's just like FanDuel. Okay, guys. So check into that. Anyways, let's get right into these props. First one, Joe Burrow. I'm on him over 261.5 passing yards. He's only hit it 36% of the time this season. Trust me, I understand. These games are another thing about today's slate. Not only is it excellent for making money, not only are these matchups so damn good for player props, the other thing is a lot of these games are very important. To getting to that point in the season, that turning point. These games are important. These teams want to win, and a lot of these are rivalries. So because of that, look for the stars to show the fuck out today. They're going to be pulling out all the stops. Joe Burrow and the Bengals and the Steelers, guys, born and raised in Cincinnati. The Bengals fucking hate the Steelers, and the Steelers fucking hate the Bengals. So Joe Burrow to have a huge day, 100%, over 261 yards. I think him and Jamar Chase put on a clinic today. He should be airing it out. Doesn't mean they win. They can't win a game to save their lives. But he should be airing this ball out today. Steelers blitz a lot. Joe Burrow handles it well. And I think he just creates plays, especially big plays with one-on-one coverage with the blitzing that the Steelers do. I think Jamar Chase has a big one. Okay. Next, Kirk Cousins over 239.5 passing yards. Again, low hit rate on the season. However, he should have a huge day. And if you look at the head-to-head for this, guys, he killed it last time. 367 yards last time he saw them. God damn, he had a 500-yard. Anyways, yeah, I just think he has a big day today. Drake London. not Drake London, fucking who am I thinking of? Yeah, Drake London should get out there, have him a pretty good one today. And I just think Kirk Cousins passes all over them. I also think they get the run established, which is another thing with the Bengals. I think they established the run today, which opens up the pass. Parlays should be very good today because there should be a lot of very balanced games, standard games where they develop a run, big passes, short passes. These games should be very competitive. I just love this slate. God, I love this slate. Next, CJ Stroud over 261.5. And then another big day for passing yards, guys. Another thing, terrible pass defense with the Jags. Over 261.5, guys. And again, head to head, 3 times he's hit this, 280, 304, and 345. So he's a history of doing good versus these teams. And Jaguars have a awful pass defense. Terrible. You see here, bad pass defense. So he cooks these bad passing defense. Next, Matt Stafford for passing yards, over 260.5. He's just on fire. I mean, there's really nothing else to really like say on this one. The man is just on fire. He's throwing the ball very well. And he's versus the Saints, who again, terrible pass defense. And head to head, he threw 328 yards last time he saw them. So, just a good matchup. Another good matchup, and I'm going to take advantage of these spots. Next, running backs. Breece Hall over 57.5 rushing yards. Seattle Seahawks just suck. Their defense isn't great, and I think that the Jets can run on them. There's not much else to say about it. 57.5 is too low for a run-heavy Jets team that can't do anything right in the air. Next, Alvin Kamara, another guy who's just been running so well. Over 63.5 for me. I love it. I think he can run versus them Rams pretty easily, and I think it's just too low, so I'm all over that. Next, Aaron Jones. Again, another line is too low. 66.5. Are you serious? I think I also wanted to show you guys, 66.5 is way too low for Aaron Jones. Cardinals aren't great on defense. I think that he gets a lot of runs, big passes, a lot of runs. Again, just a standard offense. I think they can run and they can pass, which opens up these guys that have big days. Bijan Robinson, again, I think they can run and pass today, which I think opens Bijan up to a big day. I got him. I don't think I have him that high. I think I got him at like, fuck, it doesn't matter. I think maybe it was 77.5. Again, just good day for him to run the ball. There's nothing else to say about it. They should be able to establish passing and running, which means standard offense, which means close competitive game, and they should be able to pass and run. He's a dog. He runs really well, and I think he gets it. Next, my favorite running back right now, Chuba Hubbard. A fucking menace to society, man. He's versus the Bucks. The Bucks have basically the worst defense in the league, and Panthers are pretty run heavy. This guy's been unstoppable. Like, legitimately just looks fantastic, especially for having such a shit team and a shit team that he's on. So yeah, Chuba Hubbard over 66.5 yards, lock it. Next, Chase Brown over 65.5. This one might concern people because he doesn't hit this very often. However, like I said, I think the Steelers, again, these teams hate each other. They're going to want to stop the deep passes as much as they can. I don't think they can stop all of them, but I think they're going to put a lot of emphasis on stopping the pass, and they also blitz a lot. I can see quick pitches, sweeping plays, jet sweeps, things of that nature. And even if he breaks a tackle in the backfield, he'll be gone. So 65.5, I think, is too low, especially with these last 3 games, the way he's been running. I mean, he got 42 versus the Ravens, and they're one of the best rushing defenses in the league. So I think Chase Brown establishes a run and has a big day today. So over 65.5, I like. And receivers, lastly, Juan Jennings over 53.5 receiving yards. Numbers just way too low. Ladd McConkey, he's been going nuts and cashing us each time we bet him. He did great versus Cincinnati, great versus the Ravens. Why not? Why not versus the Falcons? Their defense is awful. Ladd has a big day. Jamar Chase over 78.5 yards. Guys, this is a no-brainer. Again, these teams hate each other. Big-time rivalry. Burrow to Chase all day. 80 yards. I think he has probably 150 today. I think he goes nuts. So 80 is free to me. And lastly, Drake London over 63.5. Again, just too low of a number. This team should be able to pass all over the Chargers and establish the pass rather easily while establishing the run, which means a standard offense. These games should be competitive but high offense yielding. The defenses aren't great. These matchups are excellent for player props and for straights. This should be a big money making day for football. A lot of offense and a lot of parlays. You're going to see it all over social media. Parlays will get lit up today. These offenses, they do have the lines pretty juiced. But this should be a great day of football betting, okay? Let's go over the straights and talk about each game, see where we're at with those. So, first game today, Chargers and the Falcons. I am 100% on the Chargers money line. It's a no-brainer for me, guys. And it's not that I think that the Falcons can't do anything. I do think they established the run and pass. I think they have a big offensive day. I just don't think that they beat the Chargers straight up on the money line. The Falcons lately, guys, have been struggling. 6-38 versus the Broncos. They got blew out. They lost to the Saints by 3. They only beat the Cowboys, who's one of the worst teams in the league, by 6. And then they barely beat the Buccaneers, and they got killed by the Seahawks. They beat the Bucs by 5, Falcons by 6. That's terrible because these are two of the worst teams. Lost to the Saints, destroyed by the Broncos, and destroyed by the Seahawks. And the Seahawks pretty much suck too. Falcons just don't look good right now. Meanwhile, on the other hand, the Chargers are playing great ball, and Herbert's one of the best quarterbacks in the league currently. No way I back the Falcons. It's Chargers for me, and Chargers team total. I think they cook, and I think it's high scoring, but I think the Chargers blow them out. I think they beat them by 14 or 21, I should say. Next, Colts, Patriots. Give me the Colts minus 2.5. The Patriots have just looked like the worst team in the league. They're not winning any games. I do like Drake May. I do think they're going to figure something out with him, and I do think he'll be a really good staple quarterback. I like him a lot. I like how he plays, but that team as a whole, especially, they can't run the ball to save their lives. They really can't get anything going. You have to be on the Colts. The Colts are playing solid ball. They're a very mid-tier, standard, solid team, well coached. They're pretty good. They're not great, but they're not awful. The Patriots are awful. Give me the Colts to win by a field goal. I love this bet. Next, Texans and the Jaguars. Texans minus 3.5. This is one of them ones where you're going to watch it and think it's rigged. I guarantee it, because if this wasn't have any influence on it, this shit would be minus 10. Like the Texans are one of the best teams in the league, and the Jaguars are literally as bad as it gets. And Trevor Lawrence is back, and he's been just fucking disgustingly bad. Texans minus 3.5. Texans team total over 23.5. If these Jags, I'm watching this game just so I can bitch about how NFL's rigged, because there is no planet where they should be minus 3.5. No planet. And Nico Collins is back. There is literally no fucking way you can get this for 3.5 and think it's not bait and that Vegas is trying to set you up. I'm still going to bet it because I just have to. I can't see one of the best teams versus the worst team at minus 3.5 with the Jags, who have done absolutely nothing, and not take it. But if you want to stay away from this, I completely understand, because this screams Vegas rigging all over it. This makes no sense. The Jags are so terrible. There's not a planet where the Texans are minus 3.5. It's just insane. So what? Something's going on here. I can't call it. If you don't want to play it, don't play it. If you like won't bet because of shit like this is one of them spots where it makes no fucking sense. This makes sense. I mean, look at this. The Colts and the Patriots. The Colts are being priced versus the Patriots. 1 point difference versus the Texans and Jags. If you want to ask, is shit rigged? This is ridiculous. I'm on it, but if you don't play it, I get it. Next, Seahawks and the Jets. Give me the Seahawks on the money line. Guys, there's not a planet on earth where I put money on this Jets. I will not put a single US dollar currency on the Jets. I don't know how anybody does. The Jets are the worst. They might be the actual worst. They're worse than the Panthers. They're worse than the Patriots. They're worse than everybody. The Jets are awful. There's no fucking way. And the public loves them. That's why they're priced so well. But there's no planet. There's no way give me any team versus the Jets for a better price than the Jets are. These are underdogs versus the Jets. The Seahawks are, yeah, whatever. Seahawks money line, I'm happy to lock it. Steelers and the Bengals. Guys, Cincinnati born and raised. I've watched the Steelers bust these Bengals ass my entire life. Having the Bengals favorited is ridiculous. The Bengals are what they are. And what they are, guys, these Bengals are a 4-7 football team. Bottom of the bucket. Steelers are an 8-3 football team. Public loves Jamar Chase. Public loves Joe Burrow. It makes the Bengals get these prices that they shouldn't have. That's all it is. Now here, the public doesn't love the Jags, so this is some janky bullshit going on. Here, the reason the Bengals are favored is because the public fucking loves the Bengals. That said, there is absolutely no plan. I'm putting money on the Bengals versus Steelers. The Steelers are a much better team. They are a much better organization. They are extremely better coached. I have no faith in the Bengals. Steelers for plus money. My eyes lit up when I saw this. Give me it. I love it. If I wasn't being disciplined, I'd have nuked it for like 5 minutes. Titans, Commanders, full fade for me. I do think the Commanders win, but I worry about them. I don't trust them. They've been janky as hell. The Titans have a tough defense. Commanders should win, but I just don't want to put money on it. Cardinals and the Vikings. I'm on the Vikings minus 3.5. Give it to me. Vikings are very good. People don't have faith in the Vikings. People don't want to bet the Vikings. I get it. I really do. That said, the Vikings are fucking 9 wins and 2 losses. So go take it as you will. Vikings are 9 wins. Only 2 teams have beat them, and there's not a chance I'm fading a 9-2 teams versus these bum ass Cardinals. Buccaneers and Panthers. Give me the Panthers team total over 20.5. It is way too low. The Panthers are figuring it out. The Panthers are figuring it out. Guys, if you don't believe me, the Panthers, first of all, the Panthers schedule is very difficult. If you look at their last games, they played the Chiefs and only lost by 3. They beat the Giants. They beat the Saints. So they have figured something out. These last 3 games, they've looked like a whole different team. Prior to that, they've looked awful. Their last 3, though, they hung with the Chiefs the entire game and took an upset loss. Beat the Giants and beat the Saints. Now, am I saying the Saints and the Giants is some super impressive feat? No, I'm not. But the Buccaneers are awful. They're not awful. They have one of the worst defenses in the league. I'm not saying this should be a shootout. This game will probably have 60-something points. Complete shootout, but the Bucs do not stop the Panthers, and the Panthers do not stop the Bucs. The Panthers' offense is being underpriced when lately they've been doing very well. Chuba Hubbard should have a huge game. The Panthers been moving the ball with ease versus a lot of good teams. There's no way I'm not on the Panthers team total over 20.5 versus one of the worst defenses in the league on the Bucs. Next, Rams and Saints. Saints team total over 23.5. These Saints look alive. Look really, really good the past few games. My eyes don't lie to me. I go with what I've seen. I watch every game. The Saints look excellent. Wouldn't be surprised if they win this game. Almost took them at plus money. Stayed off of it, but I might end up adding it before the day starts. I need to do a little bit more research. But Saints over 23.5, minus 112. I love this. It's 3 touchdowns and a field goal, guys. The Saints have been just long bombing the fuck out of everybody. The Rams D is not great. Should be free for them. Eagles and the Ravens is a fade for me. I can't call it. I can't pick a side. I can't wait to watch this game, but I'm not going to bet it. 49ers and the Bills. I think the 49ers are being a bit... I think people are overreacting to injuries. And I don't think the Bills are that good. I think the Bills are overhyped with a weak schedule. I think the 49ers could win this, and I may end up adding them at plus money at plus 225. I may even do an underdog parlay where I take the Panthers and the 49ers, because you're getting the 49ers at plus 225, and they are not bad, guys. They're not what they used to be, but the Bills aren't great either. I like it a lot. Not sure yet, but for me right now, it's a fade, okay? So what are my final plays of the day? What all did I lock, and what's the parlays? Here's the full picks. Chargers money line. Chargers team total 24.5. Kirk Cousins over 239 passing yards. Bijan Robinson over 77 rushing yards. Ladd McConkey over 64.5 receiving yards. Drake London over 63.5 receiving yards. This should be the most well-balanced competitive game of the day. Colts, Patriots. I'm on the Colts minus by field goal. Easy. Patriots suck. Texans, Jags. Texans minus 3.5. Texans team total over 23.5. And CJ Stroud over 263.5 pass yards. Seahawks and the Jets. I'm on the Seahawks money line and Breece Hall over 57.5 rushing yards. That's all they can do right. They can't pass. Steelers, Bengals. Give me the Steelers to bust the Bengals ass per the usual. Joey B over 261 pass yards. Chase Brown over 66.5 rushing yards. And Jamar Chase over 78.5 receiving yards. You might be like, well, how are you on the Steelers with all these Bengals props? Because the Bengals run the score up and they run a ton of offense and they get 400 or 500 yards of offense every game and still lose. I've seen it my whole life. They will still somehow find a way to lose. So I do love their offensive props, but I don't love them to win. Cardinals, Vikings. Vikings minus 3.5. Aaron Jones over 66.5 rushing yards. Way too low. He'll run all over them cards. They too weak. Buccaneers, Panthers. Panthers team total over 20.5. This is a worst defense in the league, and the Panthers offense is underrated. Over 46.5. This is one of the best plays of the day. And then Chuba Hubbard over 65.5 rushing yards. The Bucs will not stop him. Saints team total over 23.5. Way too low. Alvin Kamara to run the ball like he has been over 63.5, and Matt Stafford over 260.5 pass yards. He should throw all over these Saints. Should be a big shootout, another high scoring game. High scoring. I don't know. High scoring. There should be a lot of offense today. Parlays I'm going to share. I got a bunch of parlays, but the ones I'm going to share with you guys: Texans money line, Seahawks money line, Chargers money line, Commanders money line. I took that at plus 644. Then I got Chase Brown, Bijan Robinson, and Chuba Hubbard all at 90 yards at plus 2794. Let's get out of here today, guys. Let's get it back. Let's have a good Sunday, and let's crack these folks.